you just tell us a bit about this paper, and maybe just for people who are not familiar with what's happening with the North Atlantic right whale, maybe just give a little brief summary on what's happening with them, and then what was happening in this paper.
So the paper that's out now is in Environmental Research Communications by IOP Publishing. And it's a continuation of a study, actually, that we talked about this time last year. So it's basically the sequel to research I had already done. And right whales have been endangered for more than a century. You know, they were hunted to near extinction during the industrial whaling era and just never really made a recovery, despite having, you know, almost a century of multiple layers of legal protections and conservation efforts, decades of, you know, dedicated research and rescue efforts. So no shortage of interest in helping this species recover. They were once plentiful throughout the Atlantic basin, along the coast of North America, Europe, and even West Africa. And now it's a population of about 375 whales that's exclusive almost entirely to the Atlantic coast of the US and Canada. And so, you know, I started my PhD 6 months before COVID blew everything up. I had a project in mind that I wanted to do. And there were, you know, just changes in the world that I couldn't go out and talk to people at that point. So I had to pivot. And, you know, that summer, there was a documentary film that came out that was the first that I knew about and turned out being one of the first exclusively focused on this species and its conservation. And that was Entangled. It was by Boston Globe reporter David Abel. And it really focused on right whale conservation in the New England area and the conservation conflicts between lobster fishers and whale experts and advocates. And so that really set off my journey in studying communication and media surrounding right whale conservation.